Hey. Oh, what I got going on here? I got to put some clothes on. But listen, happy Thursday, y'all. Happy Thursday, okay? It is Trending Topics Thursday, and we're going to have, what a show. We got one person, Uno, on the docket, right? Because Club Shay Shay, he over there interviewing the people. Yes, he is. He interviewing the people. He getting it in. Come on now, get your tickets. Be a passenger on this train ride tonight. And y'all better buckle your seatbelts. Because I got stuff to say, and so does the panelists. We're going to talk about this show. Yes, we are. We're going to talk about this show tonight. Yes, Monique is on the docket, and Monique only. Because she went over there on Club Shay Shay, and between her and Katt Williams, they shut Club Shay Shay down. Now, Monique had a lot to say, but you know Monique always got a lot to say. She done told us more about Oprah, Tyler Perry, Lee Daniels, Kevin Hart, Tiffany Haddish, Will Packer. I mean, she name after name. You know what I did like about Kevin Hart, though? I like the fact that he gave her money. He lent her money. I do like that. He lent her money. She paid it back. But when her husband were down and out, Kevin Hart wrote them a check. You know what's so sad? You can have people that are good people, but they said the company you keep matters. But you get around some sinister people, and then next thing you know, you down in the gutter, and you like, how did I get here? Because that's a good person with a good heart. That know that she said, I didn't even ask him. That just know you are going through something, and they have it, and they just write the check. I commend him for that. But then he punked out. Because 9 times out of 10, I'm almost going to do a 9.9. 9.9 times out of 10, if it's going to impact somebody's pocket, a lot of these people will throw their morals in the trash. Throw them in the trash. Act like they had no home training. Nobody raised them. They would throw them in the trash over $1. But I told y'all, and I mean it, I know how to let go of my things. I love my things. Yes, I do. I ain't going to sit here and lie. Like my pocketbook, my shoes, my clothes. I like to go where I go and do what I do. But if I had to rob, steal, cheat to do it, then it can all go in the trash. Because I'd rather sleep easy at night than to have my things knowing that I beat somebody down to get it or did somebody dirty. I can't sleep at night with that. I'd rather sleep easy and be in my studio apartment with my mattress and a blanket, because I stay cold. Give me my blankets, okay? As long as I got some blankets and a pillow and a mat, I'm good. I'm easy. I'm good like that. But I do like my things, but I'm not going to lose all my integrity over my things. She talked. And honey, she got D.L. Hughley big mad. He pissed off. You know what? It's a lot to dissect in this interview because I'm also the type, come on, got to keep warm. Come on, we got to keep warm. Get out of here. The other day, something happened to my heat. I was on the phone with them people like, no, y'all got to get here today. You can't be cold. I'm going to be in my house cold, shivering. No, we ain't doing that. I got it like a sauna in my house right now. I promise you I do. I will not be cold. No, I'm not. Turn the heat on and listen. And when it's hot outside, put the air conditioner on something. Give me a fan, something. I'm going to be comfortable in my own home. Yes, I am. So, there's a lot to the... Oh, look at you. Come on now. Hey, Cindy. Thank you. Diva, you look beautiful. I'm keeping up with you at the gym. I'm agreeing with everything you are saying. Come on now, Cindy. I appreciate you. Come on now. So, it was a lot, that interview. But I'm going to need Club Shay Shay. Can we cut the interview down to maybe 2.5 hours? I mean, he's slamming us with the 3 hours. But I was here for it. I understood her, and I understood a lot she was saying. We're gonna dissect it. Now she got what's his name? Terrence Howard out here suing. Taraji done started the ball rolling. Now Terrence Howard, he was sitting in his house looking back, talking about, you know what, they did me dirty. I'm a sue. And now Katt Williams, he just adding the people to his tour. That thing is going to be the tour of the summer or something like that. First he done got Kevin Hart's ex-wife, Tori Hart. Now Monique is joining the tour. If they come to my city or close enough, if they come to New York, depending upon when it is, because you know all that weekday stuff, I got to do a weekend. If they come to New York, New Jersey, or Philly, I'm going to get my ticket. I'm going to go support. Child, listen, you better tell her, Felicia, the interviews are 3 hours because he tried to submit to 5,011 videos. I ain't mad at him. I was just telling Felicia today, I'm taking notes about Shannon Sharp. So when I get my team and I do an interview, I'll be like, chop it up. He over there making that money. I ain't mad at him. Oh, you think he already lost that suit? Listen, he didn't do bad. He was making $325,000 an episode for what do you call it? For Empire. That's not bad money. It's not bad money. And I don't know. Listen, somebody do the research for me, because apparently even Monique, she feels that once you win an Oscar, you no longer have to audition. I never heard of this, you know, that once you win an Oscar, you no longer have to audition. I just never heard of such a thing. So you telling me every top star, once they get an Oscar, they no longer have to audition for a movie. The people just call them and say, you're doing this movie. I never heard that. But listen, y'all got to talk to me. You said it's all good until you get a $450 light bill. You talking about my heat? You know what, though? My light bill and all of that is not that high. You know, the thing is about, and I heard this a long time ago. I don't know how true it is. They said don't be turning it off and on, off and on, off and on, and keep lowering it up and down. Let it stay consistent. I let my stuff stay consistent. I leave it on. I know somebody that, when they leave, they unplug everything. I'm not doing all that. Turn it off when they leave and turn it back on. No, it stays on. I leave it consistent. Yeah. Come on, Zeta. Yeah, my stylist said, what is going on with your hair? I don't know what I'm doing different, but I'm going to figure it out. But she said it was all split or whatever. And she said, I got to cut this. I said, do what you got to do. It's just hair, whatever. Cut it off. I'm trying to grow my hair. But you know what? If it ain't grown right, cut it off. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. It's just hair. Cut it off and I'll start all over. But you know what? I done talked enough. I got to bring the people in the building. I got to bring the people in the building because we're talking Monique today. And it's her winning season. She went over there on Club Shay Shay. And now she's going on tour with Katt Williams. She said Katt Williams is her twin. Oh, wait, let me see what you said here. No, Diva Monique said if they were handpicked, as Oprah said about Taraji and Fantasia, they shouldn't have to audition. Okay, I could get that if you were handpicked. But you know what, though? Now, I ain't gonna do this to Taraji tonight because y'all gonna get emotional. Y'all gonna get emotional. Y'all gonna get emotional. I appreciate you. Listen, Taraji, I'm just going to say, I'm going to throw it on the floor and we're going to leave it there. Taraji was miscast for Suge Avery in The Color Purple. That's it. That's all. That's all I'm going to say. She was miscast. She was. So, well, we're going to move on. And we're going to move on. Come on now. That's exactly what I need so I can move on. I need a what, y'all? I need a choo-choo. Hold aboard, everybody. Listen, it's Trending Topics Thursday, and the title is Winning Season. And I hope this 2024, y'all make it your winning season, okay? Make it happen. That's what my church theme is for this year. They said, make it happen. You know what, Brandon? I could kiss you. You always get your ticket on this train, and I do appreciate you. Oh, shoot. 5.1 million? Now she not trying to run into Katt Williams numbers. You talking about winning season. This is Club Shay Shay winning season. Yes, it is. That how many days has it been in this at 5.1 million? Thank you, Brandon, for that update. Good googly my. When I was finished watching it today, it was at 4 something. 5.1 million? Well, come on, come Shay Shay. He over there shutting it down. I want to go rub the studio or something, get some of them vibes. Oh, hey, Shy-Tai, hi, Diva. I'm in bed recovering from surgery, but I had to come and show support. I appreciate you and praying for a speedy recovery for you. Yes, I am. Uh-huh. I think TH was good in the role of Suge Avery. Yeah. Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah. I mean, you know. Oh, one day? What was Katt Williams in one day? Okay, 5.1 in one day. Woo! Ooh, let me board this train. I got to board this train so we can talk. Hey, my opinion.
Hey, Diva. Choo-choo. And it was 2 days. He dropped it on the seats.
Okay. Is she running the Katt Williams numbers? Hey, Leo.
Hey.
Hey, E. Hey, Felicia.
Nah, I think Katt got 10 million the first day.
Good googly my. All right. Katrina, come on now. 48. Come on. Choo. Hey, Julie.
Diva.
Hey, Dr. Love. All right, listen. Come Shay Shay's confessional couch. You better talk about it. Honey, they get on that couch and they get to drinking that cognac, whatever he's serving over there. And they telling stuff, okay? All right now. So you know what? Let's go ahead and get into this. She talked about everybody in that interview. She talked about Oprah. And she said she believed Oprah was jealous of her success. You know, jealousy is an ugly thing, ain't it? Ooh, it's an ugly thing. Yeah. And I hate to say this, I do believe her. You know, some people, because there's people that I'm like, child, you make about 10 times more than me. You in your big house over there, driving your expensive car, and you worried, like, what were you worried about me over here? Jealousy is an ugly thing. It's sad. So I do believe that Oprah was jealous of her. I do believe what she said. Oprah sat in her face and said, I understand why you're not going to work for free. And then behind her back just tore it down. The only thing I have with this, and we could talk about it as we go around, what I don't understand is at what point do you leave this thing where it's at? Like how many interviews, how many times you waiting for an apology from these people? You're never going to get it. You're never going to get it. There's some people, and so my thing is, how do you live life? How do you move on in life when you're going to just know and got to accept the fact that people are just not, you know, they're just not going to give you the apology that you're waiting for. And to be honest with you, when you have waited so long, sometimes that apology comes and it still don't satisfy you. At some point, I think you got to let it go. Let's go really quickly. I'm going to just do real quick about this Oprah here. So hold on 1 second. I could do this little clip from here about Oprah. Let's listen to this.
Free. And let me be clear. I love that sister because she's our sister. Mm-hmm. She just got to come back across the street. We got the light on. When I speak about Oprah Winfrey, I speak about that woman because she's spoken about me. And when you begin to speak about me privately, I'm going to speak about you publicly. You've been unfair. You've been unjust. And you watched a Black woman be thrown under the bus and you said nothing. And here's what's interesting as well. My husband was saying to me, after I won the Oscar award, right? Mm-hmm. And she had the people come, you know, to talk to the Oscar winners. And I go on the stage and I talk to the Oscar winners. Well, when we go to a commercial, the people in the audience, and I say this humbly, as my husband was telling me, he said, Mama, they wasn't screaming Oprah. They were screaming Monique, mm-hmm. right? So much so, I had to say, y'all gonna shut that shit up now. We get ready to go back on the air. We having fun, right? He said, but I watched Oprah. He said, and I watched her almost turn in her seat like they screaming her name. Now, some people will say, oh, Monique, you're reaching. Well, let me tell you what then happens. The movie, The Butler, that movie was offered to me. Lee Daniels came out and said, I did offer Monique The Butler. But as he said to me, he said, Mo, at the time I didn't have no power and I didn't have no money. So when Oprah said she wanted it, so who played the lead role in The Butler? Oprah Winfrey. Lee Daniels was getting ready to do a biopic on Richard Pryor, and he offered me the grandmother. Who then calls Lee Daniels and says, I want to be the grandmother.
Oh my goodness.
So as you're looking at me, it's the same way I'm looking at that sister. And I'm saying, why don't we sit down and have a conversation? Because the way things could look, it may not be that way, but just the way things look, Oprah. Just the way you would have my family on your show, Oprah.
One might say, Mo, well, I mean, if they're looking for a black,
Big, go ahead and say it. Shannon is so careful with his words. He want to say fat black woman. If the role looking for a fat black woman, Mo, but he was like, you know,
I want to keep my podcast, Mo. Y'all ain't finna cancel me.
This why we love you, Uncle Shay Shay, because we want you to say it, a fat black woman. Now, me and Oprah fit the damn description, Shay. Fat black. Don't we fit it?
You do. But I'll be right back in the I'll be your neighbor up there where you live at.
Listen here. So, are you lying?
No.
Now, I'm not going to have your big ass sitting here in the Hall of Fame and you scared to say shit. I tried to call you first. I tried to talk to you the great, mighty Oprah Winfrey, and you were too busy to talk. Well, now I'm going to talk about it. This woman has overstepped with me in so many ways that somebody would say, if we wasn't Monique and Oprah Winfrey in the entertainment business, and we was Monique and Oprah Winfrey that worked at Costco, I see you in the break room. I see you at your cash register. Because she's overstepped.
Wow.
When I speak about Oprah Winfrey,
We'll talk Oprah Winfrey first in this interview. In my opinion, your thoughts?
Okay, so let's be clear. Okay, Oprah ain't been Oprah for a while. Okay. Oprah sold out a while ago. I believe it. There ain't much to say, but I do think that as much as Monique is talking now, she waited so long to say the information, to put it out there, that it's tainting what she's trying to do.
Thank you, in my opinion. Before you go, Leo, let me just add an additional piece to this. We kind of saw it yesterday, but we'll show it again today so we can add to this conversation. I will add as we go along because, honey, this interview was 3 hours. We're just going to add how D.L. Hughley was in his feelings, in his bag, in his feelings.
Shay is getting messier and messier. It's almost like Wendy Williams didn't go anywhere. She just got a weight set. So Monique was on. Every time I see Monique these days, she's on doing some greasy ass video with her and her daddy complaining about something or working out. I don't know nobody that work out that much and gain weight unless every crunch you do has got Captain in front of it. But apparently she goes on Club Shay Shay and tells the story about how she came on my radio show and I wasn't there at the time. And my co-host Jasmine Sanders played a game that we played all the time with everybody called Would You Rather. She apparently was so offended by that she said she got off. She called me. Monique did, and she said I was very dismissive, like, Monique's a liar. When Monique did call me, I heard her complaints. I listened to her, and I pulled the segment. So if I had been as dismissive as she alleges I was, that segment would have aired. It didn't because I respected her wishes. She's a liar. It's also befuddles the shit out of me how somebody who as a comedian talks as much shit about everybody else as she does. She has the temerity to be offended about anything as much shit as you say about people. Then she encouraged everybody. Allegedly, it stems from the fact that I used to always talk shit about her on video after video, and she encouraged her sweet babies to look at the video and find them. Do that. Do exactly what she says. And you know what you're not going to find? You're not going to find any evidence of that, because Monique is a fucking liar. She's lying about that. But what you will find is Monique talking shit about some alleged contract dispute we had. Look at the ticket. It says D.L. Hughley, then Monique. She knows the story. But what she did in response to that, she talked about my dog, my wife. This broad even brought out my daughter's personal trauma. My daughter was molested, and Monique brought that shit out and told the world that I allowed my daughter to be raped in front of me. The lying motherfucker. She knows she was lying. And it only stopped when everybody from my family checked her. It's interesting. You know what else you won't see Monique doing? You won't ever see her with her family, videos with her children or grandchildren, because nobody fucks with me. How do you have sweet babies when your own babies don't fuck with you? How do you love us for real when there's no evidence of anybody loving you for real, except your daddy, who you apparently have to pay? And FYI, daughters are paid for by daddies, not daddies who get paid by their daughters. You know what else you won't see Monique doing? Telling jokes. Monique, if she'd have spent as much time actually writing jokes and writing her Netflix special as she did complaining about not having one, it wouldn't have been trash. It got the worst reviews of any Netflix special in history, because that's what Monique does. She complains and she has grievances. You never see her being a human being. You never see her being sweet and warm to people, except when she's using it to butter somebody up to get something. There's a reason why everywhere she goes, shit starts. Everywhere she goes. How is it that nobody fucks with you, not even your family? How do you, or I was on the road getting it. I get it every goddamn week. Look at my schedule versus yours. See how much I'm going. And I still manage to have a relationship that I cherish with my children. Can you say the same? You can't. It's all you do is talk about your grievances and who did you wrong. There's a reason you're by yourself. There's a reason you got to pay a man to love you. It's sad. There's an old adage that says you can't buy love. It's a shame, Monique, that you probably always will have to. Well, clubs.
Ooh. You could talk about any part of this interview you want, Leo. What are your thoughts?
I genuinely believe that her beef with Oprah is real. Mm-hmm. I believe that Oprah did not have her back during the movie Precious when it was going on. I do believe Oprah did talk trash about her behind the scenes. I do feel like Oprah is in the space where she feels like she may breathe glorified air. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I am a firm believer of let things live in the past where they're at when you done already spoke your piece. Yes. You spoke your piece on this, Monique. And I feel like even though Shannon Sharp asked her the question, I think her answer should have been more evolved.
Yes.
Not in the same space, but saying that I had my grievances. You cannot look for people. You cannot expect for people that have done you wrong, rightfully so, that you feel that way, to look for an apology or some public declaration because you are publicly calling them out. That is not how life works, and that is not how relationships work, and that is not how public relationships work.
You better tell it.
You move on, and you decide, as the person that you feel has been aggrieved, you move on to better spaces and better times and other things. You don't let nobody hold you in the same cage you was in 2009.
Come on now. Come on.
Nobody, I don't care if it's Oprah, Tyler Perry, Lee Daniels. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's the person that you work with at Walmart in 2009 and now you got you a good corporate job. You do not let people hold you in the same, because believe me, Oprah, Tyler Perry, and all of them, until she spoke their names in this interview, they ain't been thinking about her. They've been making their billions. So you don't give your energy and your time to other people who ain't thinking about you. Them people ain't thinking about you, Monique.
Yeah.
Use that same energy for building your brand. And that's what she's been doing. She's been climbing out of it. She's been blacklisted. She's been making moves. Her and Lee Daniels have reconnected. And put your energy into that. And don't let nobody lead you on the path of opening up the door to Pash-ish. Leave it where it says, hey, I'll leave that on the table and let God do what God do.
Come on now. You better talk. And he will do it.
He will do it. I'll leave it on the table for God to do it. I spoke on it. Listen to my other interviews. And what's your next question, sir? Love being here. This cognac tastes good. Just move on.
Move on.
That's all.
I appreciate you. Listen, at some point I'm with you. You're never going to get the apology you want from them. You're not going to get it. Because you haven't gotten it in over a decade. And calling them out is not going to do nothing because it didn't do anything in the past. Yeah, let sleeping dogs lie. Their day is going to come. The Bible said, let vengeance be mine. I agree with you on that. E, you're up.
Well, as it relates to DL Hughley, if we're saying that let sleeping dogs lie and let vengeance be mine, says the Lord, then DL should have taken that approach. Why is he regurgitating this nonsense? She didn't bring up your daughter on this Sharp interview at Club Shay Shay. She didn't mention that one time. See, he's still mad about that. And the very thing he doesn't want us to talk about, he's still talking about. And then not only is he talking about what Monique said about his child, he's talking about her children. DL needs to shut his mouth. That's how I feel about that. But when it comes to this Oprah and this jealousy thing, we have to remember, at least for me, because I wasn't alive when the first Color Purple came out. Mm-hmm. But from what I understand, this is the role which made Oprah famous, so to speak. This catapulted her career. Is that correct?
I don't know if I would say that. Oprah was Oprahing before that.
Okay,
it was the book club. It was the book club.
Yeah. Understood. But this Sophia, this is a coveted role from what I understand, right?
You talking behind this?
So yes, Oprah was going to be Oprah regardless, because she had a goal, she had the drive, and she was determined to make it happen. My mind goes to, from what I know, back in the 80s and the 90s, the media pitting women against each other. They do it today, but it was even more gut-wrenching back then, and there being only one woman who could stand on top. Make no mistake, even today, Oprah is still one of one. Oprah is the only one, and the most dangerous thing about being the only one is when you feel you have to stay the only one. And when Precious came out, that movie was critically acclaimed as well, similar to The Color Purple, if you follow. And I am sad to say that movie was so dynamic. There were even some small parts which I could identify with, as far as the mother-daughter dynamic between myself and my mother. That movie was powerful. Everyone was talking about it. And that film, in my mind, was supposed to do for Monique, kind of catapult her to the next level. I mean, the talk show, the production company, the awards and the fame, because Monique had already done the sitcom, but this was another level. This was another level. After this movie, Monique did get the talk show on BET. She started the production company. She won the Oscar. So it is not far-fetched for me to believe that Oprah could feel uneasy about the next fat Black woman following her success model, in my mind. And while on her way up the ladder, she has the audacity to tell Oprah no. Because that's been the consistent part of Monique's story. See, I don't believe it's just the fact that Monique was on the rise. I believe it was the fact that Monique had the gumption and the fire to say no. When I can imagine there were dozens of times Oprah said yes. There were requests and moments of discomfort Oprah probably said yes to. Oprah probably bit the bullet. Oprah probably took it on the chin. Whereas the next woman who looks like you, overweight like you, dark like you, she comes along and she says, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not going on the press run overseas. And not only did she say no to the production company, she said no to you. So I can definitely see if this woman has that fire in her, and you see that she's, the fans are cheering her name, and the scales are tilting towards her favor. I can see definitely how that could make someone feel uneasy. Make no mistake, Oprah is king in Hollywood. When you put her and Monique next to each other, and you're having corporate talk, Oprah is king. She's the epitome. And when Oprah gets in front of these white people and yields her influence to say, I can make this happen, I can move this mountain, I can influence these Black people to say yes to things they told you no to, I can get Monique to go across these. Let me have a phone call with her. Let me dangle my private jet and let her know I'll fly her and her family out there, because that's what Monique said. But then after you dangle all of your influence, all of the fruits of your labor, and all of your amenities, and you still get told no, that this chess piece cannot be moved, this piece can't be bought. Oh, I can definitely see Oprah having vengeance for years to come, because who are you to tell me no? Yeah, I believe Monique 10,000%.
Let me just throw this in the conversation as we continue to go around. They say the definition of insanity is when you keep doing the same thing over and over again and expect a different result. She don't want this route. She ran her mouth, and she's still, decades later, begging for apology. You think maybe you change your tactic because it's not working and they're not coming, and you're not going to punk them into coming? You just think maybe. I don't know. That's just my thought. The other thing is too, it's like, I think of when these things happen, I think of that Kenny Rogers song. You got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, know when to run. You can't count your money while sitting at the table, because there'll be plenty of time for counting when the deal is done. So no matter if you are entertainment, Hollywood, you work at Target, Walmart, and I say this all the time, and I know you're probably sick of it, but I'm trying to get everybody to understand the problem she's talking about is not just an Oprah and Monique and Tyler Perry problem. It's a problem that happens every day to everybody in the world, no matter what level you are at. And I'm telling you that traditionally, if you take the approach she is taking, you're not going to win. If you go to any therapist, they're going to tell you, don't wait for the apology to continue living your life, because you're going to die a slow death, and the person you're killing is going to be yourself.
Diva.
It's like drinking, I'll come back to you, give me a minute. It's like drinking poison and think you want to kill the other person. You're killing yourself. So I'm going to just throw this out there. It's entertainment. Monique is saying what she's saying. She could be 100% right. Listen, we know a lot of people that are right and they locked up in the jail right now. Is that where you want to be? I'm just saying that you have to think about things, and you have to say to yourself, what is worth my fight, and where do I back down? As I listened to that interview, she said at one time she spoke to Al Sharpton. And Al Sharpton was on her side. She said then the next thing you know, she heard Al Sharpton saying something, and he about to fly on Tyler Perry private jet or something like that. Listen,
you better say that, Dee, because I was like, what?
Yeah, because you know why? Because there's most people out there, they got all this integrity and morals until money's on the table. Money talks. And it's unfortunate, but a lot of people are moved by the mighty green dollar bill. There's people that have stabbed and killed their own mother and father over money. You could Google right now how many kids took their parents out because they wanted their inheritance now, like right now. Remember those Menendez brothers? There's another girl that recently did it. But there's a list of people that took the people that gave birth to them, raised them, took them out of this world over money. And so she's sitting there, right? She even said, Kevin Hart loaned me money, told people he was going to work with me, lied in her face. Then when she called him and said, what happened? He said, no, we good. I'm going to call you tomorrow. She never heard from him again over some money. So you think you're going to sit up on anybody's couch and punk somebody into giving you an apology? That's insanity. I can't make nobody apologize to me. And then when they do apologize after you made them, you still ain't going to feel good. You're going to be like, they did it because I forced them into it. That's where you're going to live your life. Listen, we got limited time on this earth. The one thing I ain't about to do is I'm not going to sit there begging nobody for no apology and waiting for no apology so I can get myself together. I'm going to come back to you, E. And let me just say this real quick. People said, well, nobody got on Katt for speaking his truth. The thing with Katt Williams, he said, I came up here because 4 other comedians came before and told all these lies. I came to straighten out the lies. Monique's story, we've been hearing for over a decade. Katt Williams barely do interviews. But I'll move on. E, you wanted to say something before I go to 48?
Yes, because I saw someone in the chat say, and I know we shouldn't be looking at the chat, but someone said, I think they were suggesting I was insinuating Monique do the press tour, and I wasn't. I am someone, and I've said it before, I believe each person should have the right to ask for what they want and say no to things they don't agree with. So I'm not suggesting she should have went and did the press tour at all. I'm just putting my mindset, I'm following her story, that if she said no to Oprah, who is deemed to be the Black Mecca, I can see how Oprah could internalize that, and it can make Oprah feel uneasy, like, who the hell is this? But to that last part, if I could have 10 seconds, there's too much injustice going on to suggest people pipe down about being bullied and people telling your potential employer not to hire you. I mean, jobs are hard enough to come by. Felicia says it all the time. This is the year about resources. And I'm thinking about the apology piece, because if I were Monique, and this is just me, it was not just the apology, it's the principle. Like Monique said, Oprah and Tyler made calls and decisions which impacted their family. They have to be accountable for that. And me just being me, you can't take food off my plate and my child's plate and then expect me to keep quiet. No, I'm going to make some noise about it.
And when the noise gets you nowhere, what you do?
Well, I'm going to do other things, but just like Katrina comes up here every day and tell us about Dr. Heavenly when it comes up, it's not that it's going to consume me, but every time I think about it, oh yeah, I'm going to say something.
Tori, I appreciate you and being a member for 16 months. Come on, people, hit the like button. Hit the like button. You know, when we do these things, it is about, we're hoping we're educating the people too, regardless of which one of us on this panel they connect with. And I hear y'all. But I'm going to go back to this. You ever said no to a boss at any given job? And you said no to the wrong boss and you paid the price? You know, sometimes, I think because it's a celebrity and they get us so riled up and everybody connects. I'm not mad at the connection. I'm not. But it's like, don't connect to the foolery. Don't connect to the foolery. And they said, she said, they made me miss out and lose out on millions. But was it all on them? Was it all on them? See, the thing I have trouble with is we all want to say we believe in God, but then we want to say the man blocked us. Which one is it? What we doing? Which one do you really believe? Right? You want to say Tyler Perry, 2 humans, And Oprah blocked me, but I believe in the man upstairs. That's interesting to me. That's all I'm saying. So I personally, too, I've been a lot of places where they tried to block, stop, this, that, and the other. And I promised you, not one of those men, none of them block, stop, nothing. Is the man, faith is there without works. You better talk to the people. Because beyond what I believed in the man upstairs more. And there's people to this day, they know who they are out there. They try to get me fired. They try to block and stop every blessing that was supposed to come my way. And to God be the glory. He won the victory for me. And that I am grateful. All I'm trying to say is that we got to stay in the path of our truth. If you say you believe, then that man and that woman didn't block you from no millions. You keep pressing and letting them keep see your face. Because every time they see you, they're going to die a slow death. I promise you that.
And I'm going to say this, Diva. What's for you is for you. Mm-hmm. No one can take that away from you. Right. What God has put in place that has been prepared is for you. And no one can take that. That opportunity that's for you is for you. Mm-hmm. No Tyler Perry, no Oprah Winfrey. Nobody can take that away from you.
Come on now, the Don. We ain't gonna preach tonight now. He said, question to the saints. Can we get an amen? And somebody passed the plate. Why is Nene in her own way, but Monique is a victim? Help me understand. Holla at the Don. I appreciate you. We're gonna talk to the people tonight. And we don't have to agree about nothing, none of us. We just throwing it out there on the table. If it's yours, pick it up and eat it. If you don't want to, throw it in the trash. Throw it in the trash. But we got to keep it 100. How they made you miss out on millions? Because you kept that in your soul the whole time. And it was eating you alive. To this day, decades later, you sitting on somebody's couch talking about they need to apologize to me. And you let them turn the camera to you so you can look in the camera and tell them to come apologize, and they ain't do it yet. And you got him on the phone tape and he still ain't come apologize to you. And he's not. 48, you're up.
Hey Diva. I kind of agree with you and I kind of disagree. Mm-hmm. I agree, like you should get over things, you know, but it does take time to get over things. But what I didn't like about the interview, I didn't like her asking for the apology. I'm more like in the vibe of Cardi B, like, you have a beef with me, you have a beef with me forever. I don't have to like say nothing to you. I could just look at you, like you just said. When I come into the room, you know you done me wrong. I'm a child of the king, so you just gonna be fidgety and uncomfortable just with my presence there. But I don't feel like she's wrong. I just feel like she's still hurt, even though she's saying like she's not. You could tell that she's still hurt because she's, you know, still wanting an apology. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I can't fault her for it because she was done wrong, but I think like she should let that part go, but make them uncomfortable. Go everywhere. Go everywhere. And if somebody asks you about it, I mean, she could speak about it. I would want them to be uncomfortable every time they saw me. So yeah, that's how I feel.
I hear you. And you know what? She is still hurt, but that's why they got therapy. You sit on the couch and talk it out. Listen, I had so many therapists, I can't even listen. Therapy. Go sit on somebody's couch.
But holding on to that is what's going to keep her pressed and set back.
You better tell the people tonight. Get the therapy, however you got to get it. If you at the job, they give you, what's that? I think it's called EPR. Listen, they got there. Get the therapy. Now you don't even have to leave your house. You can do it online on the Zoom. Get the therapy. And YYZ says she did, but she needs some more. One time I told the therapist I will live here before I continue to live in the mess that I'm currently living in. Therapy saved my life. And I meditate. I do all of that. Come on, thank you, Lawson. EAP, Employee Assistance Program. Y'all better check it out. See if your job got it. Get the therapy. Talk to somebody neutral. Yet let your success make them uncomfortable. You know what? With all this social media now, you can do your own thing on the social media platforms. On the Facebook, on the Instagram. I would have been telling my jokes every day on the TikTok. You're not going to stop me. I won't be stopped. Katrina, you're up.
Hi, good evening, y'all. How y'all doing today? I was just gonna say, with Monique, I feel sorry for her. The thing of it is, she's being a bag lady. She dragging all that stuff. She gonna hurt her back like that. But what I'm saying is, I'm quite sure she was hurt. Because these are some black powerful people. And you thought that these people was your friend. And these people turned on you. Oprah always been shysty. Her show used to be just like Jenny Jones and Ricky Lake's. They used to fight and everything on her show. Then she went back and redid her show because they used to fight on her show because I used to watch it. And the thing of it is, with Monique, she got to release it. Let it go. Because I'm not going to beg you for no apology. I'm quite sure she wanted an apology from them. But baby girl, they're not giving it to you. And I wouldn't even let that. What my grandma told me a while back, you can never worry about things you can't change. Because that's only going to bring you misery. So what if I was her? And like I said, they did her wrong. They really did. Because she was supposed to play Cookie in Empire. She was supposed to be in a lot of stuff. And like I said, Oprah got mad when Whoopi was the star of Color Purple. Because she thought that she was supposed to be the star more than Whoopi. But that didn't work. The thing of it is, it's jealousy. Monique just got to, I mean, we telling her to let it go. But she got to let it go. You know, because these folks ain't trying to apologize to you. You see that. Like I said, I'll never trust a man in a dress. The thing of it is, I wish she would just deal with it. And I know she's dealing with it now, but I'm quite sure she was very, very hurt. I'm quite sure she was hurt. But to keep talking about it and keep doing it, you keep opening that same wound. You stretching up that same scab. You're not letting it heal, you keeping it fresh. You keeping the blood flowing. You keeping it coming out. You keeping it coming out. Let the pus go. Because it's only going to just keep bringing you heartache. Because these people ain't thinking about you. Because if they were, they would have came to your rescue when you needed them. They didn't come there. They didn't say sorry. They didn't say anything. And she's telling her truth. But the thing of it is, they're not thinking about you, Monique. These are billionaires. They're not thinking about you. They don't care what you're going through. They really don't. Because if they did, they would have came back and helped you out. Tyler Perry saying that he was going to apologize. Did that ever come? No. I won't be begging nobody for no apology. But they should go out and apologize to her because, you know, she's a black woman. But they're not going to do it. So the thing with her is, we can say tell her to let it go. We hoping that she will let it go. But like you said, therapy, just praying. You know, just praying. Maybe that would give you some relief. I'm quite sure she's hurt. I know she's hurt because if you ain't hurt, you won't keep talking about the same thing over and over again. But you're beating a dead horse. And if you're beating a dead horse, he still ain't going to move. Don't care how hard you hit him. He's going to still sit there. Well, he's going to still lay there, rather. But the thing of it is, I wish she would just get in her mind that these people is not thinking about you, girl. Do your success with 50 Cent. Go on tour with Katt Williams and let them know that, okay, y'all did this to me, but I still came out on top. And just let it go. That's all I got to say, y'all.
I appreciate you. You know, and the thing is, though, there was some slight double talk in there. Because she said we need to embrace each other, whatever. But then she also said, you know, Tiffany Haddish, had she had a husband like Daddy, she wouldn't have had her two DUIs. Tay, you're up.
Let's talk about that dude right there. First of all, in my Dawn voice, Princess needs to shut his mouth at first. First, Monique did not say about your daughter at first. Okay, just be quiet. And for Monique, I said get her money. I said get her money. Pay with her. Pay with her money what she owes. And then I agree with E with that too. And I agree with Katrina what she said about Monique to need let go the all that stuff right there. But I'm team Sweet Baby, and this is my voice from Silly the Color Purple 1995 right here. Everything until you do right by me, everything you do it will fail. That's
Come on,
my
Shay
song
Shay.
right there.
I know that's right.
Sweet baby. That's my
Thank you,
sweet
Tara.
baby.
Appreciate you.
Welcome.
Emmanuel said, Diva, can I ask you something? How is Katt different than Mo? They are both complaining about others. I guess you might not have been here earlier when I said in Emmanuel that, you know, Monique has been talking about this for what, decades now, right? Decades. Not even just a year, not 2 years, not 3 years, decades, and more than one decade, right? When did Precious come out? What year was that? And now this is 2024. And Katt Williams, he responded to what comedians recently said on Club Shay Shay. And I haven't seen, unless I could have missed it. So I haven't seen Katt Williams on a record. They tell me, did Shay tell me 2009? It's 2024. Precious came out in 2009. It's been 15 years, right? So I haven't seen Katt Williams do that many interviews on this. And listen, the thing is, at some point, right, you gotta make change happen. Where's the change? So she got her money from Netflix, right? And she's expecting money from Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey. She could hold on to her seatbelt because I don't see that happening.
It's
So
called
Tyler gave her
punitive
money
damages.
too. Tyler Perry gave her money too.
But it's called punitive damages. You got to pay.
So hold on 1 second. Thank you, y'all. Lisa said, Diva, should she tell her truth whenever she can, but stop asking for an apology? Payback for them is telling what happened over and over again without wanting an apology. I personally would let it go. See, but see, I guess and listen, sorry, Diva, but a closed mouth won't be fed. Well, she had her mouth open for over a decade and she still didn't get the meat or the chicken that she wants from Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey. So the thing is, though, I'm a release it and let it go person. Because I've seen in my lifetime, I've seen the people reap what they sow. And I don't have to do anything. God said, let vengeance be mine. I'm going to let him do his work because he could do it way better than I can. And I'm not going to sit there and keep dwelling in whatever you did to me wrong. I don't know a person that's out here. You never had nobody do you dirty? You never had anybody that made you miss out on some money that you thought was supposed to be yours? I had so much stuff done to me now. I'm a little bit, not completely, I'm a little bit immune to it. I'm like, shoot, these people crazy. But now what I know for sure, be 54 next month, what I know for sure is I don't have to do nothing. I don't have to worry myself. I don't have to do anything. I seen the people who done me dirty, they reap what they sow.
You better talk that, Diva.
Yeah, I seen it happen. So I'm going to lay back in my house. I'm going to chill. I'm going to go to my movies. I'm going to eat my dinner. I'm going to hang with my friends. I'm going to do what I do and not waste my time thinking about you or calling to ask you for the apology that even if you gave it to me, I'm not going to want it. Why? Because it's not going to mean anything. And I know y'all saying they ruined her reputation, but see, the only reputation I care about, because let me stop, because I'm going to be preaching to y'all. I don't care what nobody else think about me. When you get to that place in your life, but you know, as you transition to 40s, 50s, you don't care. I don't care what nobody thinks about me. I got my own integrity. I love myself. And I got people around me that help me and say, the girl, don't even worry about that. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about what they said, what they did, or whatever. I promise y'all. And the only reason why I wouldn't tell is because, there may be, you never know, the world is small. Who might be here to know? But I promise y'all, I had 2 terrors on this job I worked. They were terrors. I swear to you, I think they was birthed by the devil. And they thought they was going to run me out. All I said to them is, I will be here. I'll be at the end of this war y'all fighting. I'm going to be here and you won't. I'm not giving up. I'm not backing down, and I ain't got to preach and say it to everybody every single day. Felicia, you're up.
Okay, good evening, everybody. I thought that this was going to be a light conversation, but I gather because I'm 8 on this run here, I've heard a lot. Yes, I have. And I'm going to respectfully ask that I be heard. This message is for my young sisters there in the back row, the middle row. Mm-hmm. I have great respect for the people up on this panel, but I'm going to tell you tonight, I disagree, and I disagree vehemently. I fully stand with Monique. When it comes to someone coming after your credibility, yes, your work ethic, what you can provide and what you produce, and they begin to put out harsh words about who you are and what you can't do, and they block your money so you cannot feed your family, educate your children, well, we're going to get to work. And when I say we, I mean me and God. I'm going to put on that full armor, and I'm going to come get the righteousness that as his anointed daughter I deserve. I'm not surprised how things are moving here, because I'm not going to put it on the industry level. I'm not going to put it with the millionaires. I'm going to put it with the folks that do that paycheck to paycheck piece, okay? The ones that's getting up and going out and doing that hustle and getting that job on. And you got that manager. And that manager is kind of watching you. They're looking at you because you're a hard worker, you're effective, you're smart, you mind your business, you're not in the office gossip, you know how to follow the rules, you get that job done, and you get it done really well. And guess what happens? They come for you. And you decide, you know what, I'm a little uncomfortable here. I need to take my skills and go someplace else. And you start looking for work someplace else. But this manager is so connected in the field that you work in that they pick up the phone and call their friend and tell them that you are inappropriate kind of employee. You're an angry kind of Black person, or you're uncooperative. You're not so friendly. So here you are knocking it out on these interviews, trying to get to someplace else. And they're picking up the phone and sending emails about what you are not. But you are so smart, because I'm talking from experience. You go to a third party and you do something called check my references. And your very foolish, ignorant manager tells the check your reference people what they really think. And the check your reference people record and document it all. And then you know what you got? You got a lawsuit, baby. And when you get that lawsuit going, it's hard work. You got to battle, because these people coming against your dollars, your family, your children, your stability. But you hang in there. And with that full armor of God, you win. And I say, if Monique didn't get compensated for the damage they did with their tongues, they denied her opportunity with their backstabbing ways, she don't need an apology like I think we thinking. She needs to be compensated. And she will be. So for those of you who don't want to hear it no more, don't listen. It's very different when it's your blood in the water, folks. You know, people say, you need to move on. Well, heck, the shark done took my leg. I need help. Oh, when it's your blood in the water, and blood is a symbol of life, you pray up, you fight back, and you will win. Remember the great John Lewis. Ain't nothing wrong with good trouble. Don't let these people on your job tell you you need to continue to be silent while you're underpaid, underserved, and disrespected. No, ma'am. I stand with you. You fight the good fight. You document, document, document. And maybe they don't understand your battle, but you will. And you will be compensated. And you will always, always receive the light of the righteousness of God, because you'll still see them go down while you had gotten also compensated. I disagree with the majority of this panel. I do.
And we gotta respectfully disagree, right? Luciana, thank you so much for the super chat. I will add this to Miss Diva stance. Does not need to be anyone else to determine her worth. I would give it up to the Almighty Daughter I would give up the Almighty Daughter for the Almighty. I appreciate you and thank you so much for the super chat, right? Where am I at? Dr. Love, you're up.
Okay. Well, Felicia, I am with you. I am all the way Team Monique. I've been on her team since she started this fight. I'm so glad Taraji came on and tapped in. And to me, I don't think this is my thought process. I don't think Monique is asking for an apology. Y'all say Monique can be petty. And I feel like at this point she being petty. You know, petty, but she's saying, oh, thank you, Katt Williams. Thank you, Taraji, for bringing this up. So let me bring it up one more time and let y'all know how no good these people are. Okay. Thank y'all for, backing me up, but not 10 years ago or 15 years ago. So here I go on Club Shay Shay. Okay. I don't know who asked for the interview, but it's that na 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 na. Let me put this right back in your face. Oprah's no good. The other one's no good. They owe me apology. Blah, blah, blah. She see them going down little by little, just like we do. Now, she is not that slow as we making her out to be, and acting if she's really sitting there thinking that Oprah is for us and waiting on an apology. No, 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 no. I like the way Monique moved. Even in that documentary she done with Netflix, that documentary was more so about, you guys think I was dumb when I was in this slow class. And who she was talking to was all of them. And once again, and she talked to them as if to say, if you knew how smart I was, you would not keep playing in my face. Now, the only thing I don't like, and this is for, I want to say maybe our age group, because I kind of think, how old is Monique? If I may ask someone.
She says she's 56, I think, or 57.
Okay, she kind of in my age group. She got a good 6 years on me. The only thing I don't like about her and Nene and people like them, and I say sometimes the kids, they do not understand the power of YouTube, TikTok, and how they could move. That's the only thing I don't like. I don't think her and Daddy understand how they can hire them some internships, get her some little skits going, being. I just don't think they understand the power of this YouTube. Let me see, TikTok, Twitter, all of these, Instagram pay. Trying to think. They said Facebook don't pay no more. But because I think if they understood that, the minute somebody called their self blocking off their money, they would have came up here on YouTube with all their fans they had, people like us, skit 1, skit 2, da 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 da. And here's another thing. I know she got her own production company. But here's my thing. Sometimes you got to move in silence. Okay? Get your stuff up, get it going, get everything into place. Then Monique / Nene, say what you need to say. Don't be out here with nothing. With nothing. If you know what you're about to say is about to leave you, how could I say, not with nothing, but in an uncomfortable situation within your finances. My thing is set up shop before you speak and say what you need to say. The same with Taraji. I don't know if she set up shop yet or not, but that's just my thing. For all my people out here, set up shop, understand the power of media now, and that you got $1,000 to buy a camera and get it popping and going, and you have a lot of people that you can talk to get you going. So that is what I think I want to say. Excuse me, my voice going. Our older people does not get that. That's just what I feel with like Monique, Nene, and maybe even Taraji too, because I think she's a little in our age bracket too. So yeah, and then with Katt Williams, all this back and forth, to me trying to stay relevant, because I'm like, I'm not Katt Williams, I'm sorry, D.L. Hughley, trying to stay relevant, because you got a lot of things wrong with your body too, D.L. Hughley, as we seen. And my thing is, you came for Monique, but why did you come for Katt? That's just my thing. Why did you not come for Katt? So, but I love Club Shay Shay. He's shutting it down. I do think he need to do his interviews in 2 parts. I do. Like part 1, part 2. But I guess he break it up in 6 segments. And to say like Katt Williams, between all his 6 segments, he had over 88 million. So that's just a roundabout number. And that's pretty much all I have to say. Monique pretended to y'all like she want an apology. She don't. She playing right in their face, right with them. Only game she not playing is get your money. And I mean real money, not just doing them LA shows and going around, doing things she don't want to do. But yeah.
Espar, thank you, Dr. Love. Espar, thank you for the super chat. Katt spoke on his grievance with the person. Mo is disrespectful. She called Oprah out of her name, spoke on people's families. Oprah has not spoken about her. DL had enough. Mo signed Precious contract. Her husband is the problem. Yeah, I mean, but there's blueprints in the world that you say, oh, okay, that person did that right. I will follow that blueprint. This is just me speaking, and I'm coming to you, Julius. I'm not going to follow a blueprint of a person who is 15 years deep in a situation and 15 years has passed and there was no resolution. I'll throw that blueprint in the trash, but that's just me. Julius, you're up. Julius, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there.
Okay.
To me, I stand with Monique.
Mm-hmm.
I stand with Monique because, and the reason why I say that is because she's been very consistent. Do I believe that
Happy birthday.
She should keep speaking? Absolutely. And what occurred to me is, what happened to Christian Keys? And he was I have a feeling for a fact he was compensated very well to hush hush. To hush hush. But I will say this. I stand with her, and I watched that interview in its entirety. And I feel like Now, Oprah hasn't changed, but another part of the dispute with Oprah is the idolation that she had of her in her head. Like, this is my idol.
Come on, talk about that piece. Come on, I'm setting up now.
This is my idol.
That's problematic right there in and of itself.
This is my idol. She has the same skin as me. The same color as me. Probably not the same hair, but in the fashion, the same hair as me. And we're not going to talk about the big awful. Like how in Kingdom Come Delightful, we're not going to talk about the big awful. Like in The Help, we're not going to talk about the big awful. They have similarity in that as well. And I think for her, the reason why she's so still hurt by that is because I looked up to you as a mother figure when I didn't have a mother figure in my egg donor. And she felt like, and she said Oprah did call her about her brother. Right? And she's just like, if he wants to come on, he can. She has zero issue with that. Where the issue came in is she did not know of that her mother was coming and others.
Come on, Julius.
And she felt that her idol that she had looked up to, a woman of alleged integrity, goal achieving, grace,
right,
a woman to be, should have told her, hey, your brother's also bringing your mother on. I think if Oprah would
Let
have
me ask you a quick question, Julius. Let me ask you a quick question. This interview happened before Precious or after?
I believe it was after Precious. After Precious.
Come on, are you connected with me? Are you connected with me? Hold on, Julius. Are you connecting with me?
I'm connecting to you. Connecting with you with a small point.
Yeah. I'm gonna let you finish. Hold on, Julius. I'm gonna let you finish. I'm just saying to you. Yeah, come on now. The problem is when you start idolizing people. That's a problem right there, Allison. Right? Well, we ain't trying to be here 10 hours, but that's one problem. But I'm trying to say to you that this interview with the family, it was after Precious.
And if she had screwed you on Precious, then what made you think she was gonna be honest with you?
Come on, in my opinion. Let's talk to the people.
That's her whole point.
But when do you stop getting on the merry-go-round to go round and round and round again to get your behind whooped again? If I go get my ass, excuse me, D. If I get my butt beat once, I ain't going back to that same bully to get my butt beat again.
But it's the said person that's still doing the taxes that she was doing to Monique. She's doing it to even Taraji. The tactics haven't changed.
Yeah, Oprah's the bully, but we blaming Monique.
No. Right. See. Okay, I'm gonna give
No, ain't nobody blaming Monique. What we're saying is, just like if you on your job, if your boss sends you home and writes you up for no reason, okay, you're not gonna sit there and keep letting him do you like that. You're gonna reach out to somebody ahead of him. You're gonna find you another job. You're not just gonna keep taking it over and over again and expecting the same result. That's what we're saying. It's like, don't slap me in the face and then say, no, you didn't slap me. No, that slap I still felt that slap. It was a slap in the face. But all I'm saying is, you can't tell me, oh, she hit me this time. I went back for some more, and then she hit me again, and then I went back for some more, and then she hit me again, but now I want an apology. How many times do she got to hit you before you realize you was hit and it wasn't working, and she wasn't for you? Her sweet babies.
Go ahead, Julius. Finish. I'm sorry. Give me 1 second, Julius. Uncle Jay said, if folk gave up and stopped complaining, we'll still be riding in the back of the buses. See, you know what? Thank you. I appreciate that comment. But can I say this? The thing is, when they stood up back then, it's different than the stand up now. When they stood up back then, everybody stood with them.
And that's also something.
Now, when it's time, I'm gonna let you finish, Julius. Now, when it's time to stand up, when we at the table in the break room, everybody, yeah, we gonna talk, we gonna this, we gonna that. Then they pick one person out the group, what they know is the weak link. They say, shut your mouth and I'll give you 50 cents more. And boom, their mouth is shut. Next thing you know, when it's time to go show up and talk to the people, you on your own, you by yourself. Because everybody else got bought out or they sold out. Finish, Julius.
That's something that I brought up as well. And it speaks to the broader Black community. And I'm glad you touched on it in a certain way. We're not unified. We're not unified. We know that our sisters are being mistreated in the Hollywood industry. We know that they are. But the thing about it is, we still like go and buy all the things and everything else. And I remember when we talked about, it was something about like economics or something. But I think if we took a stand and boycotted the industry, I'm sorry, I had to clarify that. Industry, that's when things are going to change.
We get mistreated in every industry. It ain't just entertainment. I
know, but we're talking about entertainment right now.
No, but no, you're talking about entertainment only. I'm correlating this to overall the whole world, everything that we do, right? Every single industry, we get mistreated. We are underpaid. Every single industry. So I mean, if the stand up got to be the stand up, and the stand up got to be clear. And so many people are saying, "Oh, Diva, you saying nobody should stand up, nobody should speak up?" I never said that, and
she's not saying.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying. Yeah, I never said that, and I never will.
She's speaking in a broader sense.
Yeah,
in a broader sense.
But what I'm saying is that there's a way to do everything, and all I'm saying is generically, if you've been doing a thing for 15 years and it still didn't get you the result that you wanted, I would say you should consider maybe try doing that thing a different way. That's just my thought process on it. You've been doing that thing, whatever that thing is, for 15 years your way, and you still didn't get the results you wanted. I don't care if 20,000 people are behind you. You still walking the wrong path if you ask me. It doesn't make sense to me. But that's me, and I'm crazy. So that's okay. And I tell y'all often, I will be on the train by myself. But I can't compare my head that you've been doing it for 15 years. And for some reason, you're expecting a different result. And you're asking the same people you ask over and over and over and over again for apology, and now you tell them turn the cameras to your face so you can say, give me an apology. And nobody, see, y'all gotta come above this. Nobody's blaming Monique. I'm beyond Monique. I'm talking to everybody. Nobody's blaming Monique. If that's what you want to do what you want to do. But I'm telling y'all, and listen, I ain't go to Harvard. I didn't go to Yale. So y'all don't have to listen to me. I ain't the smartest person in the room. I'm just saying, to me, it makes no sense. If I'm doing the same thing over and over again, and I'm waking up expecting a different result, I never seen that work for anybody.
Well, they fought slavery for 400. No, they fought slavery for 400 years. So eventually we have to see progress. It takes consistency. And yes, that your strength and your model increases with each fight, each battle. You keep learning, you keep educating, and you keep pushing. But we can't just say, 15 years, that's a waste of time. No, because there are lots of battles that we have been fighting for years and years and years. And the little inch of progress we get, that means something. That means
nobody
something
apologized for slavery, though, E. In 400 years, no one apologized for slavery.
Some people have apologized for slavery.
Not to some people, but not the United States government, who did the Atlantic trade slave movement. They never apologized, ever. Never.
And never gave us our 40 acres and a mule.
Though the Ghana people have apologized, and the Ghana people have access to come back. They did the Ghana return. They have acknowledged that.
The shackles came off, but they slapped the invisible ones on as soon as the real ones came off.
I understand, but progress takes time. No matter how many years.
But progress takes time depending upon how you go about it. Let me say this respectfully. You got the civil rights leader, Al Sharpton himself. She said when she first spoke to the man, he was in her corner. He was in her corner. The next thing you know, he was talking about getting on a private jet, on Tyler Perry private jet.
So if I may, Reverend Al, I had a situation. Let me give a testimony. And Reverend Al was right there with me and the family. So maybe he don't stand with you all the time. I don't know. But he stood with us. Period.
There you go. That's your period. But your girl, Monique, that's your love. And that's
I don't know. I don't know what she asked him. But I'm standing with Monique right now.
Yeah, well, she asked him,
and that ain't
Tyler Perry. She asked him to speak to Tyler Perry, and she said, next thing you know, she saw him doing an interview talking about we about to get on this Tyler Perry.
Well, no, she said she didn't talk to him for 6 months, and then the next time she saw him, he was at a podium, and he said, "I don't have to ride commercial because I'm riding Tyler Perry's private jet."
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry that went that way, but I think Dr. Love made an excellent point, and it just seemed to just ride over folks. Could this possibly be a strategy of Monique's to bring back her case? I happen to agree with Dr. Love. I just, she and I, we vibe because
y'all connecting.
I love that strategy. Yeah, let her come sit here with me and Daddy. We'll be right here with her. Listen, I love it. I love it because sometimes a different approach, a different strategy can get you what you want. And I stand on that again. You were blocking her money. You were denying her food, her shelter. You were making her struggle because of how you personally felt. And that was wrong. And for someone in the chat, they said, well, what do you call that? You call that tortious interference. And it's a real law and it's a real suit that you can bring against someone. Yes, you can.
I see the thing with Monique is I think she's sending the right message, but she's the wrong messenger. The same thing with, like she was talking about the boycott. Okay, a lot of Black people was jailed from the boycott for not want to move off the bus. But because Rosa Parks had the connections, that's how the thing got started. Because see, she was in the NAACP along with Martin Luther King. So she had the connection. So when she got arrested or whatsoever, then they started to march. But it been plenty of Black people sitting on that bus and went to jail because they didn't want to get up. But because Rosa Parks had the connection, that's how things changed. So the thing with Monique is there. I understand her feelings. I stand with her, but I see what Eve's saying. What Deborah's saying. You sending a message. We hear the message. But see, the thing of it is, you didn't got the connection that Tyler Perry and Oprah have. And so that's why the wheels is not really, really turning. That's the thing that I'm saying. And like I said, they did her wrong. We know they did her wrong. She told us they did her wrong. We saw it. But she's sending the right message, but she's the wrong messenger because she ain't got the connection. Same thing with the boycott. That's all I'm saying.
How can you say we know that they did her wrong?
We do know that. But
no.
what can we
That's
do?
not my question though.
Okay,
My
go
question
ahead.
is, how can you say we know that what they did to her is wrong, and then say that she's the wrong messenger. No, she's not the wrong messenger. She's
You're not
telling you
listening.
what
Okay,
has,
what I'm
no,
telling
I
you is,
heard
yes,
you.
I'm listening to what you're saying. Yes, we all, okay, just like the point I just did. The people on the bus, we know they did wrong. We know this. But since they didn't have the connections that Rosa Parks had, they didn't get the action, is what I'm saying. Yes, we see people on the bus got done wrong. We see this.
Y'all going around the mulberry bush.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm just saying, because it's the same thing. It's the same thing.
You know what?
Thank you.
I gotta stop this
The
right
ball
now.
is
I gotta
rolling.
stop this right now. And the only reason why I'm gonna stop is let's say this, because we're going down a road where we can have a bigger conversation about how our minds are still enslaved, how we still have the invisible shackles on our hands and our feet. It's very ironic that we fought not to have to sit on the back of the bus, but if we turn around, where do the people run to the first place now? They run to the back of the bus, and that's where they want to sit. Listen, I don't want to, I'm not going to go down this road and we're going in circles, so to speak. We kind of know where we're all kind of split down the line, and it's okay, because that's how, it happens sometime, and it's a conversation to have a conversation about, right? But I'll just say this. I wish Monique well. I really do. I'm just not that girl that stays stuck. I'm just not that chick. And I'm not the chick that I have never bowed down. You can ask the people I work with and that know me. I never bow down, but I'm a quiet storm. I'm not going to keep constantly telling people what I'm going to do, what I'm about to do. You owe me an apology. You did me dirty. I lost millions. I lost this. I lost that. I know how to move in silence, and things happen. I promise you, and she's still my friend to this day. And this year she's going to be turning 70, and we're going to celebrate. And I'll probably share the pictures and the video with y'all that I worked in the hospital with. I like to watch people who move in a certain way that I think if I'm in that situation, I will move that way. When this woman spoke in the hospital, because listen, it was very few Black nurses. Very few. And when she spoke in the hospital about stuff that was going wrong, because racism exists in the world, but then sometimes it's in higher pockets in certain professions. You know how many times I walked in the room and the people kept asking me, where's my nurse? But forget about all that for 1.2 seconds. There was a pay discrepancy. And this woman right here, the way I watched her move and what I learned, by the time she finished talking, in the rooms with the right people, we had side conversations. Nobody knew about the conversations that we had. By the time she finished, we was all getting the same pay for our certification. By the time she finished, all the people went to the chemotherapy class, which again was a bump in your pay. By the time she finished, the wrongs they was doing to us on the floor was changed. All I'm saying to everybody is there's a way to move, there's a way to shake them, and there's a way to do things. Now, my father, he worked well into his 70s. Well, my father, but this is from his time period too. So on the same job for 50 plus years. And my father taught me and my mother a lot about work and work ethics and how to move. When I went to speak a lot of times, and it ain't easy to do. You can't move like other people, if you know what I'm trying to say, if you connecting with me. I show up to work on time. I do more than my job. Honey, sometimes I'm helping other people do their job. When I went to speak about an injustice, they had no choice but to hear me. Because sometimes when we go to speak, before we even get to have a seat at the table to speak, they're going to try to bring up all our wrongs. Is it right? No, but that's what they do. They're going to be like, oh, so you here? Oh, yeah, I see you punching late all the time. That ain't what you there about, but that's what they're going to bring up. Oh, you here? I see you did this wrong. You did that wrong. You did that wrong. So before they even speak to you about the grievance you came, which is legit, they're going to try to tear you down with everything they found on you. But when I came and walked through the door with what I had to say, when they looked in my folder, there was nothing there. It was clean. It was squeaky clean. You can't say I'm late because I'm here early. You can't say I ain't do my job because I do my job and I helped other people do theirs. You can't say nothing, but now we're going to talk about this grievance right here because that's all there is to talk about. I'm not saying everybody move how you move. We can stand with anybody. But when we go to stand because of what we look like and who we are, we got to come clean. They could come dirty and their grievance will be heard. We come with one little strike and they're going to focus on that just so they won't have to focus on treating us right. I seen with my own eyes in the hospital. I love this woman with everything in me. And I watched the way, like I said, that people move, that I like the way they move. At the end of the day, all the extra dollars I made in that darn hospital because girlfriend knew how to move and make that thing right. Heck of a nurse. She taught me how to put those IVs in. She taught me how to be that a supervisor on the nursing floor. She taught me how to take care of them patients, work them patients, did everything. And she taught me how to fight for the people when it was time to stand up and fight. We could feel all the time for whoever. Yeah, was Monique done dirty? Heck yeah. Did they block her money? Yeah. Did they say dirty on her name? Child, if I counted and went back for the people that said dirty on my name, I would be living the rest of my life trying to talk to them and say something about them. I'm just saying to y'all, people reap what they sow. And you can live a nice, clean, free life if you let them catch what they want to catch and you move on with your life. That's all I'm saying. But everybody has to do what they want to do and move how they move. We heard Monique's story. We know Tyler and Oprah did her dirty. Believe every word she said. Believe it when she was trying to promote Precious. Still believe it to this day. I'm just saying you moved 15 years down that road. And here you are doing an interview today. Listen, that what's his name? Country Wayne, I think his name is. He interviewed on Club Shay Shay too. That man said during the pandemic, he turned on that social media camera and he was doing skits. That man said he is raking in dough on top of dough on top of dough, and his kids is helping him write skits and do skits on the line. And he said he's raking in the cash. Got so much money. He has a lot of children. And he has different baby mothers. Has so much money. He taking care of all of them. He said, I don't give it. He take care of all of them. He said there's no problems because he take care of all of them. They want a car, he get them a car. They got a house, he taking care of all the kids. Because he turned on that camera, social media. If Monique is who she says she is, she that comedian, do your skits and turn on that camera and rake in the cash. There's cash out there. So they might have blocked that revenue that you thought you was going to get from over there. But God would have had another plan for you. There's this favorite picture I love to see. Is God holding this big teddy bear behind his back. And there's a little kid. And the little kid is holding that little teddy bear. And he's pretty much, if I could find a picture, I'll show it to you one day. And he's pretty much saying, give me that one. Why? Because behind my back, I got something bigger for you. Give up that fight, Monique. Because God got better for you. That's just me saying that. Right. Let me get into this feel-good story, everybody. I'm sorry I rambled. Let me go here. Let's go to feel-good.
Sometimes a basketball game is just a basketball game. And then there's the game that got Steve Hartman's attention.
So there was that, and I gotta find my screen so I can stop this. All right, guys. I thought that was a beautiful story. Yes, I know. Listen, I be boohooing in my house when I'm looking for these stories. But you know what though? I believe he did have an insist. I believe. In my opinion, anything about that feel-good story before I close out?
Teamwork make the dream work. It's an amazing story.
Thank you. Leo?
What you put on this earth is what you get back spiritually. So just think about that. Everything ain't always about how you feel and what's going on now and who slighted you and who did what. It is always about the circle of life and what you put in. You will get back. The universe gives it back.
I believe that. I believe that. E, you're up. Are you there, E? Did we lose you? E said teen sweet babies. Okay, we might have lost E. 48.
Yeah, it was a beautiful story. And I'm gonna go off of like what Leo said. Just what you put out in the universe is what you get back. And that young man, both of them, the one that passed away, may he rest in peace. But both of those are young men that I think any parent would be honored to have because of their integrity and the impact that, you know, the one that passed away, that he left on his friend in his school, and the young man thinking outside of himself and not just his family, but his friend, you know, that he's not forgotten. I thought it was beautiful.
Beautiful. Imagine though that coach that had that idea. Whew. Katrina?
Yes, like everybody said, everything you put out, you get back. And yes, he did have an angel. That's the one that was flying that ball into that net. And I just pray that everybody have a light heart. I pray that everybody have peace. I pray that everybody just have salvation, and just to know that anything that you put out there, just don't think that because don't nobody see you, it's being seen. So I always tell y'all, like Felicia would say, keep your peace, protect your energy, and just stay focused.
Yes. I love that. I love that. Tay-Tay?
Be kind and be great and be a great best friend. That's a true best friend that you ever had in your life right there. And hold and cherish these forever.
I love it. Thank you, Tay-Tay. Felicia?
Welcome.
Oh yeah, that was a great testament to friendship and how important and how treasured a gift of friendship is to one and to another. And as we close out, I remind everybody, protect your resources. It's brutal out here. So be mindful of all of your assets, your home, your good health, your wealth, your job, your family. Be mindful, be protective.
Yeah, friendship. Oh my gosh. Dr. Love?
I love the feel good stories. I don't have anything to say, but love everyone in the world and love yourself.
I love it. Thank you. Julius?
The feel good story was beautiful. And it talked it just goes to show unbinding love, friendship, that could be the most loving thing that a human can have.
I love it. Thank you so much. Listen, Monique is going on tour with Katt Williams and Tori Hart. And if they come to a city near me, I'm going to support. I'm going to be there. Listen, guys, thanks for being here. I love y'all. If you didn't hit that like button coming in, hit the like button going out. See you in the next video. See you tomorrow night for Friday night trending topics. Bye,
Good
guys.
night.
Do not cheat the diva.
Good night.